Absolute garbage from the Pittsburgh Penguins. I got a lot to say. Hold on. Got a lot to say about tonight. And you know what? No freaking ad read. No freaking intro. We'll get right into it. First of all, let's just say hi to everyone in the chat. We're live on TikTok and YouTube. So, what is up Julian Barilla on TikTok. What is up? I see your comment. We will get to it. Thank you so much for liking the live and all the gifts on the live. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. NES on YouTube. Armand on YouTube. Shane. Brendan. Maximus. That depends what? No. This is just terrible by the Pittsburgh Penguins. And I have a lot of feelings. And you know what? I am sick and tired of you know what? Listen. Let me start off by saying the Pittsburgh Penguins lose to the Colorado Avalanche 6-2 in a terrible effort offensively. And hello, Dad. On YouTube. Wow, he went out of his way to find us, and I appreciate that. I'm not going to sugarcoat tonight. We could talk about the goaltender interference. We could talk about the lackadaisical, Josh, play from the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Nice word.
Thank you. Dan Muse sucks, and that's just where I'm at. Here's the issue. He gets praised when we win, but then no accountability on losses. This is a hockey team that is obviously going to the playoffs. Now, don't know how we're getting to the playoffs. It's no longer the second in the Metropolitan because the Columbus Blue Jackets just hopped us. Let me say that again for the people in the back. The Columbus Blue Jackets just passed us in the Metropolitan Division, and luckily the Islanders lost. So now we're third in the Metropolitan. If we keep on playing like we are, we're going to fall to maybe a second wildcard spot. Maybe. Because Islanders, as of right now, are out of a playoff spot. They are not in a wild card. That is where the Pittsburgh Penguins will end up. You cannot have the accolades without accountability. And right now, Dan Muse has no idea how to do a coach's challenge, has no idea. Listen, we could talk about the rules and how the refs screwed us on goaltender interference and how they absolutely messed with us the entire game of giving us 2 penalties and then giving them 2 penalties right back just because Fairsy is Fairsy, but that makes no sense going when it matters. And also, we could talk all about that. But right now, it's about how you coach. Our offense sucks on the power play. We had a 5-on-3. Nothing. We only had 2 shots on net in the first half, and then we had 3 shots on the next half. You cannot expect to win, especially against games that mean a lot, like tonight's game. We wanted to secure our spot in the Metropolitan Division. Couldn't do it. We wanted to prove that we could keep up with teams like the Colorado Avalanche, but we couldn't do it. Why is that? It's because we're not well coached. You just have good hockey players. And we have a prime example of this. The Olympics. The United States did not have the best team in the world. They did not. Canada did, hands down. We all knew it. But look what they did. They found a way to win. So I don't give a rip saying, oh, it's about the players. Oh, he can't coach these players. It's not about the players, because if you get a good team that could gel together, they're going to find a way to win. They're going to find a way to win. When you bring in guys to help the team like Chinikov, like this, like all these players. Josh, give me another name really quick, because before I lose my point.
Novak, Brazeau,
Mantha. All these guys help the team win. Who are you that you cannot help coach this team? First of all, what's been the issue the last couple of games? shorthanded. We've letting shorthanded goals go. That's a
And
power
defense.
play issue. A 5-on-3, we can't score. That's an issue. It's absolutely a problem when he could take the accolades when we're winning, but then he can't take the responsibility in the losing. It drives me nuts. Hey, Corey, it drives me absolutely nuts when it comes to games like this, where we understand it's a massive game. We had a day off, and yet we can't even get the start we want. That's bad coaching. That's bad accountability. And yeah, you know what? I don't care. Sid had a bad game tonight. Sid had a really bad game. He was forcing passes. He wasn't that eager to go after the puck. Yeah, he had a beautiful pass to Rax for the goal, and I'm glad he got a point. That's irrelevant. He didn't play well. He gave up on a defensive play that led to a goal. He gave that's pretty much it. I mean, he passed to Witherspoon, and Witherspoon decided to be a hero on the blue line that led to the McKinnon goal. But it's just things that just aren't going our way, and you can't just bottle up to fatigue. I know what Phil Bork said. Oh, these guys are human, and it's fatigue, and they got to figure something out. Listen, that's why you practice. That's why you practice situations. When a team is destroying you, rolling over you, how do you maintain that? How do you get out of that? How do you maintain a 5-on-3? How could you not score on a 5-on-3? And how, as a coach, when you're down, 3-0, 3-1 on the penalty, 3-1 after the first period, and they score 4, and you're not pulling Skinner. You're not pulling Shelovs to put Skinner in. How does that even happen? What's your issue? Is it a back-to-back? No. So don't listen. If you want to pull the goalie for an empty net with 4 minutes left to go in the game when we're down by 4, and you're like, oh, I don't want to pull Shelovs because that may ruin the flow. What the frick are you talking about? What bull crap as a coach? You pull that guy. And it's not Shelov's fault entirely. He did let a couple of bad goals in. He let in 2. He let in 2 bad goals in, and we had very bad defense. You shake that crap up immediately. There's no accountability. And then what? We're just supposed to roll over? And let's not forget the biggest thing, right? We're all upset about the goaltender interference. You're upset about it. I'm upset about it. The whole comments section is upset about it. There's everyone's upset about it. What is up, Anthony Sanchez on TikTok? He is saying Trout to the Cubs. Is that a real thing? Did that just happen? That's massive. That's big news. I guess.
That would be huge if that really did just happen.
Not what I'm talking about, Anthony Sanchez. I appreciate it. We're Penguins fans. We're not even Pirates fans, which they did release a god-awful jersey that people like for some reason. But whatever. Listen, let me get back to ranting. I'll rant about that too. But holy crap, the coaching is a problem. And I will tell you this, and I promise you this. I will make this. Look me in the eyes, Dan Muse and Kyle Dubas. If you miss the playoffs next year, you have one more year to figure your crap out. Otherwise, I want you out of the city. I want you out. I want you the furthest point. I want you to go to freaking Vancouver. Because guess what? You do not belong here. You don't understand Penguins hockey. You ruined everything. If we don't make the playoffs this year, it is your fault that the Penguins missed the playoffs. Here's why. You did absolutely nothing at the trade deadline when, for the first time in 4 years, we had the upper hand. In the first time in 4 years, we had the leverage. And you waste it on freaking Elmer Soderblom? You couldn't go get a defenseman. So you're watching the last couple weeks, and you're like, I made the right call of not going to get a defenseman. That's what you think. That's what you're thinking. And listen, I don't want to hear freaking crap about what Kyle Dubas has his plan. Guys, don't worry. We're drafting great guys. You call up Ville Koivunen instead of Rucker McGrory. Ville Koivunen has been trash in the NHL. You are holding on to the very last bit of the Gensel trade. You know why? Because if you don't win on Ville Koivunen, you got fleeced by the Carolina Hurricanes. You got fleeced, and you can't take that L, Kyle. You can't take that L, so you're forcing a hockey player to play just like Brunick. Just like all these other players that you're forcing on the roster to make a good point, to make a good play, but they can't sustain NHL hockey. Are you trying to win a Stanley Cup, or are you trying to prove to people and trying to prove daddy that you're enough? I'm confused, Kyle. What are you trying to do? Because you're not going to convince me. I see right through your lies. I see right through your stupid framed glasses, just like mine, that you have no idea what you're doing. You picked Dan Muse for, what was the responsibility, Josh? Development. So we don't develop anything, and we're sending guys to freaking slaughter every single night. For what reason? Listen, I'm okay with taking a loss here and there. And in fact, Josh, didn't we just lose to Carolina? And what was our reaction? Hey, some of these times it's going to happen. There was nothing to say. The Penguins played bad. I'll excuse that every now and then. But what I won't excuse is continual complacement. A continual just downright laziness. Downright bad hockey. You are the Pittsburgh Penguins. You need to play like it. You have Sidney Crosby on your roster. Play like it. You claim to put together a good hockey team. How dare you say, I'm okay with this hockey team, and then just let them play like that for the next couple days? You make moves, because I'm telling you this, if we don't step it up in the next couple of games, we're dead. We're done. Because you think, what, Islanders are going to roll over? You think Blue Jackets are just going to stop playing and competing? There's just no way. And I see a comment right now by R3K. Enjoying the ramp, but Muse might win Coach of the Year. Dubas has far been the best GM in the last year. Here's the problem with that. If you keep on saying, hey, I have a plan, I have a plan, I have a plan, I have a plan, and yet in 4 years in a row we don't make the playoffs, is that a good GM? How long does development take where you say that's enough? How long does it take for you? And I'm asking you personally, R3K. How long does it take personally out of the playoffs? Would you say that's too far? Okay, that's too much. 5 years out of the playoffs? Okay, that's too much. 6 years? 7, 8. What is it? Because for me, it's 0. You can still have a young core. You could still have a developing coach and get into the playoffs. We have the roster. For the first time in 4 years, the Pittsburgh Penguins are looking comfortable in the playoffs. Are you happy with the play right now? Would you say that's good coaching? Would you say 0-8 in a goaltender, in a coach's challenge for goaltending? Would you say that's good coaching? Would you say after back-to-back horrible games that there's no lineup changes? After that, would you call up Ville Koivunen? Is that who you would pick? Why not Avery Hayes? He's dominating down in Wilkes-Barre. In fact, Wilkes-Barre already clinched. So why not call up Avery Hayes? I'll tell you why. Because they don't care about winning. And listen, if you need to have a plan of winning. Okay, let me just acknowledge this before I say my point. Look at the damage Hextall did. We're gone from Hextall. What is the only continuation from Hextall? The horrible contract that Evgeny Malkin and Chris Letang signed? What's the other thing? Am I missing, Josh? What's left from the Hextall regime?
Well, not that's all that's left from Hextall, but that's what he's saying. Like what you're referring to is that the 3-4 years out of the playoffs is on Dubas, but Dubas has been trying to fix what damage Hextall did. So
Sure.
he probably took the first 2 years to fully reverse that. So now you're like officially now, like,
This is
that
the
third
Dubas regime.
year,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
starting to be his team. So like,
And
yeah, I think that's
And
where
that's what
where
you
he's coming
told
from.
me. You told me. You're like, Louis, you have to have patience because Kyle Dubas needs to figure out what this team is. And I said, okay. And I sat and I waited. And we waited a year and we missed the playoffs for a couple of points. And we said that sucks, but maybe it's time for a change. Okay, it's time for a change. Mike Sullivan is out. Now Dan Muse is in. And he's doing a pretty good job. Except when it gets, what's it? When the tough gets going? When that happens, when the crap hits the fan, Dan Muse freezes. Dan Muse does not know how to coach a legitimate hockey team. And it is his first year. So I'm going to give him some grace. What I won't give grace for is Kyle Dubas, because there is a direct link to what happened tonight. Our defense sucked. Right? Am I wrong? Did our defense not play well? Is Girard not looking to be the guy that we need? And frankly, it's not his fault. Dan Muse is pairing him with Letang. And when is his best games? When was his best games, Josh? Girard. With Solovyov. Those were his best games. So, as a coach, you look at the new guy that Kyle Dubas brought in, and he goes, okay, he plays good with Solovyov. I'm going to stick a middle finger up to that, and I'm going to put him with the worst defenseman on our team. And granted, Letang is our worst defenseman. He is. There's no question. There is no question the Pittsburgh Penguins' worst defenseman is Chris Letang. There are bad decisions that are being made on the Penguins roster, and it starts with the coach, because I'll tell you this. I defended Mike Sullivan. You all said he was doing bad pairings and he wasn't playing the right people, right? That's what the fan base said. The fan base said Mike Sullivan didn't know how to put together a good team. So what happens when Dan Muse does it? Oh, we're giving him grace, but he's willing to take all the accolades. I'm confused. You can't have one way or the other. And I'm trying to be as impartial as possible. I just said Crosby had a bad night tonight. You'll never hear me say that. Crosby had a bad night tonight. There has to be something that's getting in our way. We are our own worst enemy right now, and it starts from the top. And if the top can't take accountability, they cannot be at the top. Thank you, Ben. No one defended Mike Sullivan like me. Yeah, 100%. I defended him when everyone was calling for his head. And even I said, okay, yeah, maybe it is time for a new voice. Well, the new voice isn't getting the job done when it comes to tough hockey teams like the Carolina Hurricanes, like the Colorado Avalanche. Where was this same hockey team when we beat them 7-1? What was that team? You can't have both and say, well, Dan Muse is trying his best. He's doing his darn tootinest. You can't have that when you win 7-1 against Colorado. And I don't want to hear it, man, Wedgwood was so good. Figure out a way to score. Or I have an idea. Why would you do an empty net at 6-2? Quick question. Why? Is it because he's sitting there thinking and his big boy pants on and his big boy brain and he's like, this will get the boys going? What are you talking about, dude? What are you doing? Eating crayons in between the periods? How about you figure out what you need to do to make this team better. I've been patient. Julian says Muse needs to be more aggressive about line changes. Also, I've seen a lot of fans being critical of the pairing as well, meaning Gerard and Letang. And the rotation needs to stop. See, you're talking about the goaltending rotation. 1A, 1B. I think that's dead now. You need to figure out, because guess what? You can't have 1A, 1B when you're not willing to pull a goaltender after 4 goals. You can't. So what's the point of doing that? Of just what? Holding on to hope, being like, yes, we will have another 48 hours until our next hockey game. These poor little athletes that get millions of dollars to train their bodies for moments like this. Yeah, I've been ranting for 25 minutes. I don't give a rip. Josh is being patient, and I appreciate that. I'm very frustrated. I haven't ranted in a while. There's still more in the tank, but I do feel bad. Josh has been patient. Josh, how'd you feel?
Yeah, so I mean, just a little peek behind the curtain. Before we did a podcast, these were the nights where Louis would call me, do these rants, and like he'd be like, "Are you even there?" Because I'm just letting him go and just listening. And he's like, "Are you even? Are we still on the phone? Yeah, okay." This time we have visual, so he can see that I'm still here listening, and he has all you now too. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a lot there to unpack for sure. Um, 20 minutes worth to unpack. I don't know if I can get to all of it, and I don't know if I agree with all of it. I do think that Colorado is just the better team. Wedgwood did play out of his mind tonight. I think they they outplayed us. Now there are certain things that took place in the game that felt like, you know, the world was against us. The league was against us. You know, we can start going conspiracy theory if you want. But I mean, I don't. I'm not going to knock Colorado for playing, you know, better than us. You know, I think the last game that maybe we just got them flat-footed and we were able to just run it up on them. They were able to do that to us tonight. I think we all kind of expected it coming into it. You know, I think we all kind of expected, hey, we beat them 7-1. They're going to want a little revenge when they come to Pittsburgh. I think we all knew that. So like I'm not surprised at all by the outcome, to be honest. The play was a little lackluster, but I mean, it's kind of what we've been talking about for the last week or so. It's been the same type of play. Horrible power play, bad penalty kill. I don't know what happened to special teams. I think that's Todd Nelson's responsibility. I think he needs to step it up because we were like practically, I won't say first, but top 5 in the league in both aspects before the Olympic break. And since then, it's just been slowly getting worse. So that needs to step it up. And then also another thing that I don't think is getting enough attention since the Olympic break is face-offs. Dear Lord, is it literally all just Blake Lizotte? Is he the only one who can win a face-off? Because it seems like since he's been down, we've lost every face-off. And I thought it was because we didn't have Crosby. But then Crosby's come back, and I mean, he's winning maybe half of his, which is great. I mean, those are great numbers, winning half. But then Kindle and Novak and Achari are losing theirs. And it's like, okay, you can't just have one guy win all the face-offs. Hopefully that steps up when Lizotte gets back, and hopefully penalty kill steps up when Lizotte gets back. But Lizotte's not getting back to the end of the year, to the end of the season. If we make the playoffs, he'll be there for the playoffs. But we got to get there first. The other thing is the schedule. We knew the schedule was going to be tough. We knew these were the toughest teams in the NHL that were on our schedule in the month of March. So, yes, I understand it's frustrating that we're losing like this, and we're losing more than we are winning. But at the same time, like, this is literally the worst gauntlet of all time in the history of scheduling. It is brutal. Now, granted, going into the season, some of these teams we did not expect to be this good. So it was, okay, it's March looks tough because of how much we're playing, but there's some wins here and there. But everyone is doing well this year on this half of our schedule. So it sucks. Like, I kind of wish we had the Rangers more often now than we did in early on in the season. But you can't change that now, because going into the season, you're like, oh, I'm glad we're getting Rangers out of the way. But now it's like, we could really use a Rangers game right now. Calgary would be awesome right now. That shutout loss by Calgary, I think in January, is probably going to come back to bite us, which sucks because Calgary's so bad. But I mean, yeah, I hear your concerns with Dan. You're not going to like my answer. I mean, I get it. But first time head coach, I think he's trying to figure it all out. I think we have enough of a sample size now to realize I don't think he's pulling a goalie. I just don't think it's going to happen. This is not the first game where there's been multiple goals where it feels like you need to pull the goalie and he doesn't do it. So I'm not surprised that it didn't happen. And, like, it's just nuts, because I kind of do agree with you on that. Like, even just the third period, it was coming, just the third period, put Stuart Skinner in. You think one period's going to throw off Stuart before he starts on Thursday? Whenever he played Thursday, whenever we play again against Ottawa, I don't think so. He's too much of a professional, too good at his craft to just be like, yep, that's one period too many. I'm not going to be able to do it. So I don't know. That was a little head scratcher for me. I do agree with that. But in terms of the line, and the line changes, I do agree that the defense is bad. Something's got to shake up there. I saw it in the comments. I would love to see it again, but I don't know if they're going to do it because Malkin isn't going to play center apparently for the rest of the year. Is the big man line with Malkin, Mantha, and Brazeau. I don't know if we're going to see that again, because essentially Malkin is just a winger for the rest of his career. So if that's what we're going to do, then we're going to miss out on that line again, which was beautiful in the beginning of the season. Chinikov works with Kindle in was it no, it was Kindle, Chinikov, and Novak, I think whoever it was, whatever, they worked tonight. So why not keep it going? But we'll see. We've made suggestions on here what we thought should be done, and it has been the furthest from the truth. The defensive pairings, I don't know. The only thing I can think of as to why Letang keeps getting paired with Girard is the fact that Letang is asking for Girard. That's the only thing I can figure out at this point. Because is this the fifth game that it's been? Maybe fourth game since Girard has come back since that little injury. It's just not working. It's just not working. Now, granted, no one's been working with Letang this year. It's been tough. I think it was you that said it, or I read it somewhere, that Letang just needs to accept the fact that his body and his skill cannot, will not allow him to be the offensive defenseman that he once was. He needs to relinquish that and understand that now he should just be a defensive defenseman. Because defensively, not terrible. But when he tries to force the offense, the scoring ability, the passing, the playmaking, that's where it's head scratching. He's trying to do what Carlson's doing. And bro, you were never that. Yes, you were very talented offensively. kudos. I mean, all this we got to throw flowers. 800 career points, huge, huge deal, huge deal. So obviously he can pass the buck, he can score, he can do his thing. He's not a scrub when it comes to offense. However, he's not what he used to be, and what he used to be was not Eric Carlson. So it's like a part of me is like, is he jealous seeing Carlson doing all these things? Like, you know what? I once was able to do this. I'm going to try and do this again. And it's like, no, Grandpa, like, sit down. This is we need to reel it in a little bit and just be one of those defensive guys that I got the puck. Okay, we're just shooting across the blue line. We're just putting it into the corner. Like, don't try to look for a play, because that's where I feel like he gets screwed. He gets burned when he's like, I'm going to make a play here. No, stop it. Get help, pass the puck, like, move on. So that sucks seeing, because Chris Letang is, going to go down as one of the best defensemen in franchise, if not the best in franchise history. So it's hard. It's hard watching the greats just decline, and we're watching it all season, and nothing is being done to change it. And I get it. How do you talk to, one of those guys to say, hey, let's change your role a little bit. Let's put you down to the third pairing. Like, it's just not going to happen. I really don't know what it's going to take to change that up, but I do kind of wish that there would be something. Why not put him at the third pairing with Shea? I don't know what that means for Gerard and so it wouldn't be Shea. Who's the other guy that I'm missing? Not Soloviev. Oh, Clifton. So it'd be Clifton and Gerard at the second, which, I mean, that's not great. Like, that's going to your point about making a trade at the trade deadline for a defenseman. That was needed. It's a big glare on our roster. And I don't know if anyone in Wilkes-Barre is going to come and save that, section of the team. Owen Pickering's going to come up and do it? I don't think so. Matt Dumba, he's still down there. Let's give him a shot. I mean, at this point, let's call them all up. I get it. They made the playoffs and they want to make a run, and they should. They should absolutely make a run. But at this point, I mean, I give me Harrison Brunick back from juniors at this point. I don't care. So I don't know. I'm not. I don't know what else to say. I know you went on your rant and you're giving me like a ton of time, and I don't appreciate it because I don't like talking this much. So I mean, just the last thing is, the goaltender interference. I just don't know what else. I don't know what to do.
Do you want to come together for this one? This one's a big
Yeah,
one. This one's obviously
I don't know what they're looking at anymore. Like,
so, all right, let's play it. Obviously, so I don't have it pulled up, but maybe I should.
Oilers Penguins. That's your guy down there. That's your guy. He just commented, no point of re-signing Malkin if he's going to be hurt a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
Shane, I feel like I was just responding to his rant. I wasn't ranting. I was just responding to his rant.
He was politely ranting, which is more of a podcast-esque, I guess, response.
Yeah.
Me, I'm just like, the sky is falling.
Yeah.
Let me look. Obviously, I'm sure I could find it. Penguins.
Yeah. Sportsnet Pittsburgh posted like 16 angles of it. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
How much
for the first time they're now. Also, really quick, while I'm trying to find this on on X, did your game go to commercial? This is in the
randomly.
Yeah. Randomly, and then they came back to go to commercial.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Just, I saw it. I wanted to point. I wanted to tweet it out, and then I was like, you know what? There's more issues going on right now.
Yeah.
Than
I thought that
sports
was
in
hilarious.
Pittsburgh. Okay. All right. Here we go. So, okay, we're going to pull this up.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Oh wait, hold on, Pogan. He is saying bad point in my opinion. He's veteran enough to stay anyway, but I think it should be a year instead of oh, you're talking about Gino.
Gino. Yeah, I agree.
I don't mind if we sign him for a year, but it has to be less or equal to what he's making now. Okay, he has to take a discount for the first time in his career, and he could sign for a year. I'm okay with that. That's my.
To be fair, he took a discount at 6.1. You think it's cheap because Crosby's making 8.7.
Right.
Crosby should be making double digits, and Malkin should be making 8.7.
Sure, but that time has passed.
I understand that. I'm just saying, referencing his 6.1 as not a discount, I think is inaccurate.
No, I said less or equal. If he comes back,
I know, but you said he'd take a discount for the first time in his career.
This would be taking a discount.
He already took a discount.
I don't think 6.1 was a discount at the time.
6.1 was absolutely a discount. Absolutely.
Whatever. Anyway.
Absolutely.
Whatever. I don't want to hear about it. Listen,
I gotta turn off my light. Sorry.
Why you gotta turn off your light? You're already done.
Yeah, there's my 20 minutes. I'm done.
Yeah. Gino. First of all, here's what I'll say about Gino. He's playing well enough to deserve a 1-year deal. It's not that if he was 25, obviously sign him longer term, but he's old, and you can't have it both ways. This is what I was talking about Kyle Dubas about having the plan. You can't be like, oh yeah, we're gonna keep Malkin around forever just because as long as he wants. Listen, if Malkin goes, oh, I want to play for 2 more years. Oh, now I'm cheeky. I'll do whatever it takes. And then you have Kyle Dubas saying, we're going to top out it in the offseason. That should tell you everything you need to know. Malkin's asking for way too much money. Kyle Dubas doesn't want to give him longevity, and they're butting heads about it. That's 100% what the issue is. You don't have to be a mind reader to understand what the issue is. Malkin wants a ton of money for 2 years, and Kyle Dubas is saying no, basically. I think Kyle Dubas wants to bring him back for a year at the same rate, and Malkin is being greedy. And that's all I'll say about that. Hopefully we re-sign him for a year, but that's it. Abby said Josh didn't turn his sign on. You just missed it, Abs. He did turn it off. So he just turned it
off. Yeah.
Is it getting a little too hot in there?
No, I just got, a ghetto set up here, and I got one power strip and a whole bunch of cords. So my phone is about to die. So I was thinking either lose the camera or lose the light. I'll lose the light. So now my phone is plugged in to the power strip, but I can't get the cord from over there stretched over long enough to reach the power strip without losing my phone. So it's a give or take.
All right, there you go. Here is I think Malkin Julian on TikTok saying, guys, don't forget we are live on TikTok as well. So if you have TikTok, you could go over there. Julian, we also are live on YouTube where the primary people are. So whatever you feel is best. I think Malkin is willing to take that pay cut. I don't know, just because if he was, we would already have a re-signed Malkin deal, but that's just me. I think Dubas wants to see how the season finishes before making that decision. I think that's irrelevant. We could win the Stanley Cup and Malkin would still want to play. We can not make the playoffs and Malkin would still want to play. He's one of those players where it doesn't matter. You still have to figure out. Other guy like you would have to consider Mantha and Brajo. Those are the guys you want to see how this season finishes out. But whatever.
By the way, before you go to goaltender interference, I think that guy in the beginning of the stream was trolling because I just searched Mike Trout. There's nothing.
Oh.
Just super disappointing. I need him out of Anaheim, but whatever. Go ahead.
What I hope he goes to Boston. Anyway, tomorrow,
New York is
opening
great
day. Opening day for everybody. You playing tomorrow?
I have no idea.
All right. Josh isn't a real baseball fan. It's fine.
I will say I'm excited to watch Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. Wilkes-Barre Scranton Rail Riders.
How, Josh?
Because Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Sorry. Yeah. My apologies.
Well, that's on them because they're greedy. Those two.
No.
Yes. It's the line.
Not, it's yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
But Scranton and Wilkes-Barre could just forfeit that whole whatever, and they can allow to be unison and just say, "Yeah, go ahead, be Wilkes-Barre Scranton." But they didn't. They didn't.
No, because Scranton is paying more.
Right.
Wilkes-Barre.
First of all, Scranton is being greedy. Listen,
no,
they're paying.
Just like
they're
when
paying for
you get a sponsor. They want to be first because they're paying more.
See, this is the problem when you have a three-name city, a three-name team, a three-name city team. Okay?
Yeah.
Just figure it out. Honestly, we're in a place now. It's 2026. Just go by Scranton. Everyone knows what Scranton is because of The Office. No one knows what Wilkes-Barre is. Just go by the Scranton Penguins. Just go by the Scranton Pioneer. Oh, that's not a team anymore. But the Scranton Rail Riders, which, first of all, terrible logo. I think I'd figure that out. They got to update. But anyway.
Agreed. But that team is going to be stacked this year. If
Josh,
everyone that is on the opening roster, it's going to be so much fun.
Wait, baseball's on Netflix now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, why does Netflix?
Oh, Yankees are already on Saturday. Or tomorrow night. Sanford.
It's opening night.
There you go. Only one game tomorrow.
So that's opening.
We're the only ones. See? Suck it. No one cares about Boston.
You didn't even know. You're the Yankees fan.
All right. Well, hey. We got opening night. You guys got second.
We don't play. We don't play until Thursday. And we're playing the Reds. Done.
No one's going to care about that series.
Yeah, I know. Josh, I don't even think Boston fans care. Julian says, I hope he kind of gives Letang an ultimatum. Listen. Oh, wait. Thursday, did the Pens win, is your birthday. Or tomorrow is your birthday.
Or tomorrow.
Either way, happy birthday, Brendan. Happy birthday. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you for the gifts, Abby. Thank you for that. Okay, so let's talk about the big to-do of tonight after our rants and frustrated. The win's kind of taken, is gone. But tomorrow, yes, happy birthday. Whoa, Shane. Let's read Shane's comment, then. We'll talk about it. I said earlier this team was youth and speed to start the year, and they won. As soon as the youth slowly went to Wilkes-Barre and took the speed with them. Teams like Carolina and Avs exposed that. I don't know if it's about youth. It's just about speed. And I know that kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
I know it goes hand in hand. But hey, guys, just listen. We were confused at the deadline. Josh just predicted it correctly, but we said, why didn't the Penguins do anything more? And Dubas said, I like this team. Okay, that's what he said.
I do too.
I do too. But we're losing bad right now. So is it a coach or a player issue?
Okay, last thing. Even though I said last thing 3 times.
Sure. What is it?
Is it fair, or am I just being, pie in the sky, everything is rose
Everything
colored
is
glasses?
awesome.
Yeah. Um we weren't even supposed to be here
Now,
with
listen.
this team.
Listen.
This team
Time.
wasn't like
I'm
this team
I'm
outperformed
pushing
itself.
back on this. I'm pushing back. It's a different world that we live in
Yeah.
than it
That's what I
is
mean.
in the
That's why
preseason,
I don't
where
I
we
don't know if it
said
was
this
fair.
team sucks. Who
Yeah.
is this Mantha guy? Who is this Brageot, right? This is what happened. Who are these guys? They're not going to help us win, and now we're winning. Okay, it's a different freaking world we live in now. The world we live in is that the Penguins are winners now. And you're not going to say, I like this team, and snatch that attitude away from Penguins fans. This is not going to happen. We're Yinzers. You give us any glimpse of hope, we're going to ride or die and riot if that doesn't happen. So you can't say, this isn't Toronto. And if it was Toronto, dude, you had already been kicked out. Okay? In fact, you were kicked out. Okay? So, listen. You can't say I like this team and then see the team suck after probably one of the best starts I've seen since the Cup runs, right? And you can't say, oh, I like this team at the deadline, and then now we're sucking. And what's the glaring issue? Defense. And you weren't willing to go out and get a defenseman, even though that was all the comments of the media on that day. Hey, was there any defense available? Were you going out? He's like, yeah, I like this team. And it's just like, you don't. I think you were afraid to pull a trigger and give people draft picks because why do we have 30 plus draft picks if you're not willing to spend them? Okay?
They're
Just
all going to be
saying.
sent to Dallas. Just let it go. In the offseason, they're all going to be sent to Dallas.
Josh,
We'll
we
get
need
Jason
defense
Robertson.
right now. I'm not even thinking about Jason Robertson. Give me Cale Makar. Go after Cale Makar.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, he's never going to leave Colorado. Like, hey, just throw all these draft picks. Let them decide.
Did we ever think that Brad Marchand was leaving Boston? Did we ever think John Carlson was leaving Washington? No, but these things happen.
But they're all
Go
old.
get them.
Both of those examples, they're old. Give me an example. It's the only example that I could think of this magnitude would be Gretzky going to the Kings. It's just like that top. Like,
I think it's even better. I think it's even better because, like, were the Kings even good before they got Gretzky?
No.
I don't know enough. But my point is, we're better than decent. We're almost good. So then you get Cale Makar on there. You got to put us in the great category.
And here's the problem. You have Erik Karlsson just revitalizing his career right now, and he's our best defenseman, which is, you wouldn't think that. Best defenseman. And there was Dubas came through a Sportsnet interview or whatever, saying that he has no plans of getting rid of Erik Karlsson in the offseason. Which, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I saw you share that. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
huge.
Yeah, that's great. Makes sense. Are you going to do something else to kind of help him out? Because why don't you just go,
Can I be honest? Erik Karlsson doing well this year makes me angry at Mike Sullivan more.
Because he held back his
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
But you know what?
Wasted 2 years. Lame.
So what was everyone else's excuse?
Mike Sullivan.
What was Letang's excuse? Yeah. Anyway, here's one thing that Mike Sullivan wasn't bad at: coaches' challenges. Okay, let's be very real.
Which, what's frustrating is I kind of thought it wasn't Mike Sullivan, and it was that dude that's got a woman's name.
Who's our video coach?
Taylor.
Taylor.
No. Is it Taylor?
I
don't know.
you're picking a name that's a boy and a girl name, so yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's why I picked it. I actually think it's something with an M now that I think about it. Madison. It's Madison. It's Madison.
Josh, you nailed it. Yeah. Which we were
Madison.
all shocked when we found out it was a man.
Yes, that's what I mean. That's why it wasn't Taylor.
Yeah, it wasn't like, oh, that could go both ways. When he's like, oh, my name's Madison. It's like,
no,
weird dude, though. Anyway.
Yeah. But when we re-signed him, kept him on staff, I was like, sweet. We're going to keep rolling with these awesome challenges. Now, does Madison only do offsides? Because he's perfect with offsides.
I think at goaltender, and this is the big issue.
Is Bonino goaltender interference guy? Because he's the one always in his ear.
Oh my gosh, Bonino is like running over to Muse every challenge. Like,
so annoying.
The Eagles landed, dude. The Eagles landed.
Two bald guys always talking. Like, somebody just coach.
There has to be a good coach with hair on this team. Anyway. I don't buy that. I think this is a hogwash by Dubas.
The not getting rid of Carlson. That popped up when you were talking about that post.
Oh, really? He's our best defenseman, though. Now I'm like, yeah, don't.
Well, now we can get more from him. Now we can get Cale Makar.
Imagine. No, honestly, I could see us keeping him. Get rid of everyone else. Get rid of everyone else. I'm literally fine with them getting rid of every defenseman except for Erik Karlsson.
It's what we did last year. Everyone except Karlsson and Letang was gone. Shea was in rotation.
Shea and St. Ivany. Clifton,
but they were
Solovyov. Who else? Solovyov.
Clifton was off season, wasn't he?
Yeah, no. I'm saying these are the new guys. Who else?
Oh, yeah. Clifton,
Gerard, Solovyov. That's it. But my point is, you could get rid of all those guys. Just bring in someone who's young and now get one guy that's offensive minded and the rest just lock down defense. That's what you need. Lock down defense.
I think if you get Robertson this offseason, then yes, I agree with that.
I don't think we can afford Robertson.
No, I'm
First
just
of all,
saying, like,
Kyle Dubas doesn't even want.
Don't even use him. If we like kind of make a push for offense with our forwards, then that's fine. I don't care. Go all defensive with our defense. But I feel like if we're going to run the same forward group, I think you do need like another offensive guy back there. And it can't be Chris Letang. And it just can't be Chris Letang.
Here's the problem. I'm nervous about an offensive defenseman because of how often they pinch and how often it goes the other way.
Well, that's Chris Letang. That's Chris Letang.
No, that's everyone. Because here's the problem. They're not circling. They're not the current offensive group is not getting back to the blue line when Karlsson goes down on a beautiful shot, right? Like today, he went in, he took a shot on Wedgwood, and then it immediately went up the ice, and you're like, oh, that's bad.
And this is where I agree with Phil Bork because early in the year they were doing that. Now they're not.
What would you say that's an issue? Coaching, perhaps?
Fatigue.
Oh. See, I would say coaching. Here's my thing with fatigue. You got guys in the AHL grinding, playing 5 games a day. Okay? All right? And no, but there are some times, what was it? 2 years ago, they were playing 2 games a day?
No, they had a scheduling issue where they had to do a back-to-back because it was like at the end of the year and there was nowhere to put it. It had nothing to do with just
that would
random.
Never happen. They're professionals, and you're telling me they're like, you got to play 2 games in one day? Frick, dude. Anyway, how often do they play back-to-back, though? There's like a 4-game stretch. Oh, yeah. Where it's like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, their schedules are practically Thursday through Sunday. Yeah, what 100%. They do Monday through Wednesday, don't know.
Yeah, anyway, my point is, You got these guys grinding, all right, and development, right? These guys are young. They're supposed to be the prospects. You got them playing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then they go, oh yeah, they can't handle a back-to-back game. They can't handle a busy schedule in March. And I'm like, these guys are doing it day in and day out in the A.
Yeah, but then it's like you have 3 days off though. When was the last time these guys had 2 days off in a row?
Yeah, but my point is, wouldn't the AHL players love the schedule that they have every other day? So that way they can be a little more like energized to prove that they deserve to be in the NHL.
I would actually argue that I'd be more energized playing Thursday through Sunday, having off Monday through Wednesday.
Well, here's a problem. The Penguins play every other day and have a 3-day break, and then they lose the next 4 games. So I don't know what their issue is.
But it's a 2-day break.
2-day break, and they suck. So you tell me what the issue is. Or maybe it's because they don't give a rip. I don't know. But I will tell you, you have guys grinding it out in Wilkes-Barre to get called up, trying to prove themselves, and then they're like, oh, man, we're just fatigued. It's like, well, I'm not, and we do this nonstop, and I make a quarter of what you make, and I'm not guaranteed a roster spot. So it kind of pisses me off that I'm giving them my all, and you guys are not. And you know what? That's not fair to me. And I think that's the whole point. That's the point I'm trying to make. Fatigue? Try playing in the AHL. I don't even think these guys can handle it. Day in, day out.
Surprised. I think you'd be surprised.
Josh, you know what I would be surprised at? How about you win? How about you prove me wrong and freaking win the hockey game?
Didn't we just win on Saturday?
Did we?
Yeah.
Against an easy
Winnipeg?
team, Josh?
Winnipeg. That was Connor Hellebuck, Secretary of Defense.
Josh, was that an easy win, would you say? Or was that an overtime game?
Yeah, it was an overtime game.
Did we blow a lead in that game? Would you say we blew a lead?
Small lead.
Yeah, blew a lead in the third period. Would you say that? No, all right. So, the last dominant win we had was against Colorado Monday of last week. And we've only played
Why does that feel like that was like a month ago already?
Here's my point. 1, 2, 3, 4. Josh, that was 4 games ago. You're telling me fatigue is hitting us? Grow a pair and start playing hockey. Like,
I don't think it's just from the last 4 games. It's just we're in March. We're at the end
it's every
of
other
the year.
day. It's every other day.
Tired.
Oh my gosh, you're tired.
I'm tired.
Oh,
I don't even play.
You're tired. Listen, Josh, we don't even get paid when we do this. These guys get paid. That's their job. And I'm not talking about the amount. They get paid to do this. They signed a contract saying, hey guys, no matter what the schedule is, you got to play hockey, and we expect you to maintain that. And we're like, okay. And then they go, oh man, we're so tired. It's like, what do you mean?
I don't think it's like that. It's just that, like, you know, like
bag skate. Tomorrow, bag skate. I don't care.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and that's not even happening because Dan Muse doesn't believe in practice. And guess what? Josh, what's happening tomorrow? We got to go to Ottawa. So when are we leaving for that trip? Tomorrow morning.
Thursday? No. Ottawa's literally right here.
Josh, I don't think you know how this works. They have to get a practice, and so they'll leave tomorrow morning, like around 10 a.m. They'll get there for like noon, and then they're there for the rest of the day, and they'll leave. They'll come back to Pittsburgh that night, like
right
Thursday
after the
night.
game.
Yeah, right after.
Yeah.
But they'll probably leave like maybe not 10 a.m. Maybe like 2 p.m.
All right, that I believe. Yeah, because you got to get the morning skate in. Okay, morning skate of the game
Do they practice?
I don't think a morning skate is the practice. I think it's different. I think the morning skate, the game of, is literally just, hey, let's just shoot some pucks. Let's do some, like, it's not like a practice drills. Where it's like, it's just like random,
Do you think there's a
light
practice
skills.
tomorrow? Do you think there's a
No.
practice tomorrow? Yeah, see, this is my issue. Why not? Because here's the dilemma the Penguins find themselves in. We're fatigued. So then you're like, do you practice them? But you
No.
just said, oh yeah, but you know what I would like more is if I were playing every single day. Well, guess what? Something's wrong. Do you
also
skate them?
need the time to recover. You can't
Recover from what?
playing.
Josh, is that what they did today? Is that what they did? Did they compete hard?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Yeah, and you can't have like that's my issue. I'm waiting for our Carlson, thing that said we just didn't do our best tonight. I'm waiting for that because Carlson always keeps it real. But I'm sure everything we're gonna go over one thing and then we'll wrap up. But the rest of the month looks like this. Thursday is Ottawa Senators. Home is against Dallas. Monday is against the Islanders. And Tuesday, It's a back-to-back against Detroit. Hey, Josh, let me ask you a question.
I'm telling you right now, Detroit's a loss.
Josh, do you want my honest opinion? We're going to win against Ottawa, and then we're going to lose out in March.
Yeah, it's very possible. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think we're going to win in Ottawa, and we're going to lose on Saturday, and we're going to lose back-to-back.
Yeah.
They'll have a morning skate before the game. Yeah, but we just established it's not practice. That's just it is like you probably work on something, but max it's out. Max it's like 2 hours. Yeah. Usually it's an hour. Morning skate's usually an hour.
Did the Pens win? I'm going to argue with you on this one. No. Detroit is not going to be a win because it is a back-to-back against the Islanders. We are going to do everything we can to beat the Islanders. So we're going to exert everything. Just think about this past weekend. That's what's going to happen. We emptied the tank against Winnipeg because it was such a hard-fought game that went into a shootout. So it was a hard-fought game. So exerted all the energy. And then when Sunday came against Carolina, that was it. Just laid an egg. Just couldn't do anything. So I think it's going to be the same thing. Monday, we're going to empty the tank, exert everything against the Islanders, try to beat them. And then Tuesday, get destroyed by Detroit.
Josh, let me tell you something. We're going to lose out in March after the win. We're going to empty the tank against the Ottawa because that's a wasted game. It's a wasted game. We're going to dominate them regardless, but we're going to empty the tank. It's going to be like 7-1. We're going to get all our frustration out.
I don't think so.
We're going to light them up. We're going to light them up. So. Crosby's going to get some goals. Malkin's going to get some goals. It's going to be great. And we're going to talk about it like today never happened. And then Saturday.
A hot take, Tuesday, Malkin's not playing.
They better because it's bet. I'd rather take Evgeny Malkin with 2 broken hands than Ville Koivunen, which is healthy.
He's not playing. Hot take, he's not playing.
When does he come back? Oh, because it's a road trip. So yeah. He's not. Yeah. Anyway,
he'll be back for Saturday.
Who cares, Josh? Do you keep Koivunen, or do you call up Avery Hayes?
I would have called up Rucker.
I agree, but
even before they called up Ville the first time, like not this time that just happened, but before, I would have called up Rucker. But they didn't do that. They called up Ville Koivunen, and then they called up Avery Hayes, which super great story how he did his first game. Fantastic. But like I think the up and down is like throwing him off. And I don't think he's able to keep his his pace in the NHL.
Yeah, so, Armand is saying Malcolm returning against Islanders, Josh.
Ooh. Be out Thursday and Saturday. I don't hate that either. Yeah, I could see that happening.
I hear what you're saying. again about Avery Hayes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know about it. All I know is Rucker deserves to be in the NHL, and I don't know. I don't understand the thinking of this organization. Sometimes it makes me scratch my head. The Brunick thing really rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, it
And
did.
it just made no sense to me. How they found every loophole just to send him back to the juniors made no sense to me. No sense to me. And I get why they wanted to develop him as much as they could. But from what I just found out, the Penguins suck at developing defensemen, so might as well send them back. Like, what's the point? It's not like Brunick was going to turn around our defensive core. Erik Karlsson is doing that by himself. So, whatever. I don't know what they're doing. I don't even think they do. And speaking of people who don't know what they're doing, let's talk about the biggest thing of didn't mean to delete that message. What'd you delete? What were you looking at? Speaking of people who don't know what they're doing, Josh, let's take a look at the refs and the goaltender interference. Do you like that transition?
Yeah, very good. Very good. It's like you're a professional.
Oh, yeah.
Like you've done this a few times.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Here we go. Okay. Can you see it?
I can see it.
Are we in the way? No, we're not.
Maybe
We're
later on, but not right now.
What are you saying?
And there is Brazo!
Josh, do you think Hunter Hodes thinks this ref plays like Wayne Simmons? All right. They'll never not be funny to me. Okay. Obviously, the refs have no idea what goaltender interference is. First of all, let's take a look at the shot here. We're going to review it. We're going to look at it like the NHL. He is at the top of the crease. The goaltender is still currently, Wedgwood is currently still in the crease. I would argue he is at the crease. He's not out of the crease. As we play it slowly, Taves and Brazo are battling in front of Wedgwood. Now, there is no trip here. Look at this contact. Do you see ice in between them? Josh, whose stick impedes Wedgwood?
Yeah, that's Taves.
That's Taves' stick. Brazo is just trying to skate out of the way. Brazo's stick is in the air. His feet are not touching Wedgwood. Puck bounces.
Argument that left skate, we don't see it originally, but I think it does. I think it does clip up Wedgwood.
Here, I can't. I'm pointing, but here.
Yeah, at the beginning of it.
Right here is what you're saying.
I think a little bit before, but
they're no, because look, he still
right there. They definitely collide.
Josh, that's his blocker. Oh, you're talking about his right skate. His right skate.
Yep, right skate. Yeah, sorry, my left, his right.
All right, so right there. But is that enough for goaltender interference? I don't think so.
No, but with the combination of the stick, I think that's where they get him. But the case is that's not his stick.
That's not. See, the thing that's watch Wedgwood's right shoulder. It is being pushed in right here by Taves' stick. As of right here, there is no impeding of the goaltender making a save. Right here. The only
from Brazo.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's no impeding from Brazo.
From him, correct.
So right here, he makes the save. So let's play here, because this is now a new shot on net, Josh. First shot, no impeding. There is no touching of Wedgwood. Brageau doesn't even touch him after the shot. He has not touched him since that puck right here. Brageau does not touch Wedgwood. How is this goaltender interference?
Yeah, I don't have an answer for you. And like, what's frustrating is that like it's his own teammate's stick.
But my point is, how did the refs review this? And
I think it's because of that initial collision. I think it's because that initial contact, there's a better angle from behind.
Aspen, how are you?
If there's a better angle from behind where you see Brageau like actually like physically make contact with Wedgwood. And I think that's what they went off of. But that's so early in the play. I don't think it actually impeded him enough to make a play.
So therefore, I'm just so mad and frustrated that these are professional refs. Okay. And it depends when just nailed it. It was the turning point of the game. Because if we scored that, now we're in it. It was 4. We would have cut that in 2, and we would have had a little jump in our step.
4-2. Mm-hmm.
Like, Shane said, I'll even give you the argument of hooking. Taves could have been hooking Brageau. And I just don't understand how you look at that review. We just did it. They had the same review that we just did.
They had a different angle. That's what I'm
they
telling
have
you.
access. They have access to all angles.
Yeah. Well, there is another angle that was shown. Is it at the end of this video? I think it's at the end of this video.
Regardless, Josh, this was as clear as day. So that means they're not utilizing. Do they show it? Oh, this angle. Okay, so let's take a look at this right here. If this is the angle Josh is referring to.
No, so it's a different one. It's from the back.
There's still no contact.
Yeah, because it's before that. It's before that.
I understand, but that's not the shot attempt for goal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you could make the argument that if he made this save, okay, this is where I have an issue with goaltender interference. If he makes the save, the puck goes to Berdakakov right here, and he gets it out. They're not calling goaltender interference. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, yes, but the argument is if he wasn't impeded, then he would have been able to make that save completely and cover it. Just playing devil's advocate here.
And that's fine, but where is the impeding? So here's the shot.
I also understand and agree that it is not from Brageau.
Right. So here's the shot. So from this here, this is what they're looking at. Here's a shot. Wedgwood isn't impeded.
Well, the camera angle is bad. At the time of the shot, technically,
I understand what you're saying. How? He's in his stance. He's not like knocked out of the position. He's not. Look at the shot on net.
He is though. He's out of position.
Well, what do you mean? No,
he's out of position.
He's in the butterfly though.
Yes, but if you go back to the other angle, it's literally he's technically leaning forward. He's not actually trying to play the puck right now. That was a lucky save. That was a reactionary save.
See, I disagree. I think he saw the puck. Whether or not, which first of all, Brageau is outside the crease. And he makes minimum contact. Not enough to impede this shot. To impede the save on the shot. So then it happens. And look, he hasn't touched him since the shot. Where? Right.
we
like
can't
here.
see. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
like,
saying. We can't see.
I know, but I'm trying to time it from the video prior. This is probably where he's not making any kind of contact. And remember, the contact was super minimal. The contact was super minimal. And then it comes out, he's still not touching. He hasn't made contact. Now the stick falling is from Taves. Look at the stick. The stick behind Wedgwood is Taves. Brajo's is up in the air. In fact, he steps on his blade, which makes him fall. How do you look at that and say that's goaltender interference? Like, I know you're trying to play devil's advocate. First of all, very close to missing that. Second of all, Wedgwood doesn't even make an effort to get back. He's just, as soon as he falls, he's just down for the count.
I don't know. I understand. I agree. But like, I can also understand why they called it. But my only counter argument is just like, as Penguins fans, we see it because we also saw that goal that took place on Saturday,
Right
where
here, up top,
a teammate put an offensive player like into the goalie, and that goal was counted.
This
so
goal was counted.
Yeah.
And
so now
first of all, a defenseman didn't even get pushed in.
Yeah, he did. Look, boom. Carlson takes out Shelovs.
But yeah, Carlson didn't push this forward.
No, but what I'm saying is it's a teammate. It's a teammate taking out his goaltender. So with the Wedgwood one, it's his teammate's stick that's taking him out. It's not Justin Brazeau. It's his teammate's
right.
stick.
So therefore, there's no goaltender interference.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if as Penguins fans, we see that Winnipeg game and say, the teammate, you said that goal counted because it was his own team that took him out. So now, when his own team takes out the goaltender and it's not us, it's a no goal. Like, that's where it's like, as Penguins fans, the math ain't mathing, because we're getting two different stories every time that there is a goaltender interference call.
And I think that's the frustration. But after looking at these two plays, you can make the argument that Winnipeg pushed Carlson into this.
Oh, he 100% did. He 100% did.
So yeah, that should be an obvious no goal.
Yes, and that was
this
the rule.
one.
That was the rule that they put out. Hold on, before you get there. That was the rule that they gave to the media in the press box on Saturday, indicating that if an offensive, like an attacking player, hits the opposing team into their own goaltender, it's no goal. The goal should be disallowed. I think that was the language.
Now this one, I just don't get what they saw, because I'm going to say they have all these angles. This is what they were looking at.
I'm telling you what they saw. See, that's the angle I'm talking about.
Right. They saw this.
Right there. They're claiming that that's his elbow hitting the shoulder of Wedgwood. I guarantee it.
I understand what they thought they saw, but it's clearly Taves' stick.
The stick. I know. I'm just saying that that's what they're claiming. That's what they're claiming, that it was Brazeau's elbow shoulder going into Wedgwood's shoulder, therefore causing him to not be able to make it.
This is a lack of professionalism by the NHL. Not because these two goals are so opposite. It's because you have time to look at these goals. And you're not taking in account of every aspect of it.
Yeah, it was a quick review.
It's a challenge. So therefore, the goal on the ice was a goal. It would have to be compelling evidence to overturn it. You're telling me this is compelling evidence?
Well, for how quick they reviewed it, yes. Because when you watch it quick, boom, that looks like Justin's stick.
Right. No. You're not hearing me.
No. I understand. I do hear you. But what I'm saying is, when you are looking at it quick, you're just saying, when you're looking at that one or two times, it's like, oh, that's 16 stick. That's his stick. That's goaltender interference. But if you take another beat and say, hey, let's look at it one more time because the call on the ice was a goal. We need to be sure that this is conclusive enough to say that this is 100% goaltender interference. I'm telling you, because of how quick it was, that's
Right.
what they're saying.
So those refs should be fined. I don't. There's no accountability. There's just like, oh, all right, well, we made a bad call. That could have changed the game. And you better believe if it was the opposite turn, they would do everything in their power to make sure that was not a goal, or that was a goal for Colorado.
Yeah.
So,
well, and that's where I said earlier in the episode, we can get into the conspiracy of, what is going on against the Penguins in terms of goaltender interference.
It's terrible. It's terrible by the league. It looks Bush League, and this is why people don't take the NHL seriously, because you have a what is it called? Commissioner who refuses to acknowledge bad calls. It's turning a blind eye, and I saw tweets from Colorado fans like, "Oh, we were owed that one." Dude, you don't even know the half of it. Like, the Penguins needed that, and you took it away because of what? Because of what? Because you're Colorado? You're the best team in the NHL? You just got gifted a no goal. For what? For what? And that's what pisses me off about the whole thing. It drives me nuts. Dan Muse, listen. I'm at this point where I know you can't do this, or maybe you can and just people just don't. But I would challenge the challenge. Like
100%. I thought you could. I was waiting for Dan Muse to do that. I thought you could.
So the goal on the ice was a goal. I mean, the call on the ice was a goal. Colorado challenges it, saying there was goaltender interference. They review it for 5 seconds, and then they say goaltender interference. I would call them over and say, I would like to challenge the call because Tave's stick got in the way. Watch it again. And what happens then? What happens then? First of all, shame on Dan Muse for not freaking out more. Because if it's me, I'd be like, hey, it was his stick.
He was upset though. I mean, I
know. He was upset not because of the stick, but he was upset because he's like, what are you talking about? That wasn't goaltender interference because of this, because of that. He wasn't talking about Tave's stick. And did the Pens win? Is there any quotes?
No. I don't think anyone is talking. No shot.
Carlson said, I don't really think the score reflected how we felt throughout the game. We didn't play good enough to win. We played one of the best teams in the league, if not the best team. That showed today. Sure. Rust on how the team can fight through adversity. Nobody is going to feel sorry for us. Not inside, not outside. We got to get back to work. We're in the fight of our lives. Okay, turn the page. That was a fancy way of saying turn the page. Muse on Wedgwood's performance. Why on his performance? Some of it we might have missed a couple, but he also made some big saves, and some of the saves that he made at the moments he did. I felt like we could have done better. Brr, brr, brr. Carlson on the team's reaction to Brajo's goal. Okay, this is what we want to know. We didn't do the challenge, so we were hopeful. It is what it is. Who knows if the game would have changed? Guys, I would be freaking out. I'm seeing a goal for Connor McDavid, and I just have one question. Why aren't we slashing the crap out of him? Anyway.
Dan Muse did say something on the goaltender interference.
I'm trying to find it.
I felt differently than the league on that call.
Yeah, he can't say anything because he'll get fined.
Yeah, he's a first-time head coach. He can't afford to get fined right now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Listen, it's an absolute gut-wrenching call from the league, which is whatever, however you want to say it. But, man, the Penguins just need to play better. Hey, that call was unfortunate, but we should have been playing 10 times better. So,
yeah.
I don't think it was fixing games. I don't think hockey's so unpredictable to fix.
But then that's where it's like moments like this, you get a chance.
Yeah. But we had our opportunities on the power play. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure, we got our 5-on-3 was immediately after that. Or no,
yeah, so
the 4-minute was immediately after
the 4-minute, which I didn't see a lot of blood. Did you? Like, I think he saw a little speck and was like, "Oh yeah, we got to give it to him because that was clearly legal." Do you know what I'm saying? That was an own call, like an owed call. Excuse me. So
I think what they should do is go, like he references the NBA there in regards to fixing. I just think the one thing that the NBA does do right, the refs have to file a report, and that report is public. I think the same thing should be in the NHL. Why? Like,
you mean a file report?
So it's called like the final 2-minute report. So in the final 2 minutes of every game, they have to give a reason and an explanation for every call. And some of them will say that they missed it, that they missed a call. That should have been like,
Now, is this report, what is this, like after the game?
Yep, after the game. They have to do it, yes. Yep.
So who are they telling? The fans?
The league. People? The league, and then the league makes it public.
Oh, okay, I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
These guys get paid.
I think it should be across all sports. I think every ref should be accountable for every call that they make and provide a reason as to why they made that call or didn't make the call.
I don't know. I think it's, regardless, it's terrible by the NHL. And if we keep on doing what we're doing, we'll never be in the top 3. We'll never be. We'll always be on the outside looking in, and that's because of bad things like this, where it makes the game unenjoyable. Is the mice back, Josh?
Nope.
Kids are
little feet. Yeah. Let me go grab them.
Oh no, go ahead. I'll wrap up. All right, guys, that'll do it for this one. Listen, I was frustrated. You heard it in my voice. Just an absolute gut-wrenching loss to the Colorado Avalanche, 6-2, with a lot of crap going on. Bad calls. Yeah. But as much as I hate this cookie-cutter saying, we got to turn the page. We got to go on. And we have a game on Thursday against Ottawa Senators at 7 p.m. We go live right after on TikTok. No longer Facebook. TikTok, YouTube, and X at Pens Collective. So do me a favor, if you don't mind. If you're currently on YouTube and you have a TikTok, go to TikTok. Follow the Penguins Collective on TikTok. We also put out some posts there. make sure you hit it. It helps the algorithm. It helps us be able to go live after every single game. It means a lot to us. And not only does it help the algorithm, it means a lot to us as we continue to grow this podcast, grow this community. We couldn't do it without you. So please, if you are on YouTube right now and you have a TikTok, make sure you go over, follow, hit the like button, whatever. I think you can hit a notification, so when we go live, you'll get notified. You could do that on YouTube as well. It means a lot. But that'll do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for bearing with us for an hour and 37 minutes. It means the world. We'll see you guys in the next episode, Thursday. We will see you. Don't forget, it is Tuesday. Tomorrow, we have an episode coming out. Join us for that. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Like the video. Comment. It means the world. I do not like this beat. What is going on? I don't like this at all. This is terrible too, but we're gonna have to deal with it. We'll see you guys in the next one. As always, let's go Pens.